12 years. 12 years I've been at it. Recovery. 12 years ago, I decided to get my shit together. I didn't decide to get sober. I decided to get my shit together. There's a difference. Because when I decided that things needed to change and my life needed some more value to it, I added more value to it. And instead of adding more value to that substance, I added more value into other areas of my life that were desperately in need of it. I more allowed a lot more value to my identity. And if you're tired of living in a world where you feel like it's at a point where you've done everything you possibly could, and you've been taught by society that abstaining is going to fix your problems, you're in for a long road. 2013 was the year I figured it out. It was the year I figured out how to use moderately, how to use rarely, and have it not fuck up the rest of my life. Because I changed my mindset. When I told myself it was over, it was over. And I didn't mean that by saying I'm done with drugs completely. What I meant by that was I'm done fucking my life up. Okay? It's possible. Someone like me who's been in and out of those rooms. But one thing I'm going to tell you right now is when I left rehab, they told me I was screwed. They told me I was diseased, that I would never be okay for the rest of my life. And when I told them, I looked at them, I said a big you to them. And ever since, I told myself that I was not some diseased individual. That I would not be that way for the rest of my life. And simply put, enough. I taught myself how to use moderately. I taught myself how to use rarely. And I taught myself to stop putting so much value into that lifestyle and therefore putting more value in preference into what I currently do now. And when I changed my preferences, I changed my beliefs about that drink or that substance. I added less value to it and added more benefit to the value of living without it. So now I could choose to have that drink. I could choose to go and drink. I could choose to go and have that substance. I have that availability at any point in my life, but I don't fear it. Why? Because I'm not looking at that as a risk. I'm not looking at that as a cost. I'm not looking at that as something I wish I could have had or wish I could have. No. What I look at it is preference. The preference to be able to enjoy life, substance-free, is something I fully enjoy. I can go use if I want. I give myself that choice if I really want to. It's not something I have to run away from or resist for the rest of my life. No. The fact that I have the ability to freely choose and to no longer be strapped down to the idea that I am diseased, to that concept for the rest of my life, is complete nonsense, and you can do it too. People out there must know there's not one option. There's not one option. There's no only option of abstinence. There's a lie that society has taught you that was bred in the 1930s and has been so cultivated by society, and it's forced it down your throat, that once you believe this, there's no going back. But the problem with that is that there is a way to go back. There is a way to so-called put the genie back in the bottle. And the best thing about this is you don't have to put the genie back in the bottle. You can let it run, and it's not going to ruin the rest of your life. You don't have to keep playing tug of war. All you have to do is just drop the rope. Quit fighting between addiction and recovery your entire life. Pick up the rope that you've been fighting for so long and drop it. Once you see it as that way, that you no longer need to fight something, but you can make peace with, coexist with it, learn to learn your preferences, be happy for the benefits that you personally choose, and you'll find that there's no reason to resist anymore. You can be free, truly free. And you never, ever, ever have to go into another room that destroys your self image, because that's not who you are. You're resilient, you're strong, you're beautiful, you're outgoing, and you're amazing. You have goals and you have hobbies, and you allow yourself to pursue those, regardless of the fact if someone says that you have a problem with substance abuse that has nothing to do with who you are internally as a person. Just because you say, I don't want treatment, does not mean you're a liar, does not mean you're a sick individual who just is in total denial. The fact of the matter is that you have a choice. You have a choice. Do you want to continue living like that? To be trapped in this world where you feel like that is who you are? Or are you willing to actually step outside of that and start answering the real questions? It's up to you. I've already had billions of people tell me, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. This guy, who's going to trust this random guy over billions of people who've gone to the 12-step modality approach? It's up to you. I'm offering something different here. Something that those folks from 12 step lacked. If you're willing to move on or be free, check out my channel.